Hi Math Stars. Today we will be working on this lesson 9 problem set. And it is just building upon what we've been doing with these area models and showing of equivalent fractions. Once again, equivalent is just another fancy word to say the same or equal to. But today we're going to focus on division rather than multiplication. So we're going to focus on dividing in our number sentences rather than multiplying. So we're kind of working backwards. So before we were multiplying to show equivalent fractions, and now we're going backwards and we're dividing. Okay, so let's go ahead, do some problems together, and then you guys should be all good to go. Our first problem asks to compose the shaded fraction into larger fractional units, express the equivalent fractions in a number sentence using division. And so pretty much what they did for you is they went ahead and first showed 2/4 or 2/4. And how did they get that? Well, now we're not going to just go from the original, because all of these now are original pieces. We don't see any dashed lines. Okay, so all of these are original pieces. And we can count 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 original pieces. How many were shaded in? 2. 1, 2 are shaded in. And now, how can we show equivalent fractions? By dividing. Well, we know that we could just divide the numerator and the denominator by the same number, and we would get equivalent fractions. And in this case, it's easiest to just divide by how many each piece was cut up, how many pieces were created by horizontal lines. As we can see, 2 pieces were created by this horizontal line. So I'm going to go ahead and divide my numerator and divide my denominator by 2. I know that 2 divided by 2 is 1. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So therefore, I know that 2/4 or 2/4 is equal to 1/2. Okay. And as you can see, if we ignore this horizontal line for a second, we have 2 pieces and only 1 is shaded in. Okay. And then if we worked the way we've been working yesterday, we start off with 1/2 and we multiply the numerator and denominator by 2. We know that 1 times 2 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. So therefore, we're good to go. It checks out that 2/4 is equal to 1/2. Okay, now go ahead and do B. So once again, every piece is fair game. There's no dashed lines, right? So I'm going to go ahead and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 total pieces to begin. 3 of those pieces are shaded in. And I'm going to count, so there's 2 horizontal lines. And these 2 horizontal lines created 1, 2, 3, 3 pieces horizontally. So I'm going to go ahead and divide. 3 divided by 3 and 6 divided by 3. I'm just going to go ahead and list my multiples just to be sure for this division. 3 divided by 3. I know that 3 divided by 3, 1, takes me 1 time to get there. 6 divided by 3, 1, 2 is 2. So therefore, I know that 3/6 or 3/6 is equal to 1/2. And how can we also prove that? So if we ignore these horizontal lines and we're just left with these 2 pieces, 1, 2, we have 2 total pieces and only 1 is shaded in. So we did it, we're good to go. I want you guys to try C and D on your own. Okay, And 2 asks us to compose the shaded fraction into larger fraction units. Express the equivalent fractions in a number sentence using division. Okay, seems simple enough, right, math stars? Okay, let's look at 2a. So originally, how many pieces do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 original pieces. And how many are shaded in? 2 are shaded in. Okay. Now I'm going to use division again to help me out in finding equivalent fractions or finding equal same fractions. I'm going to go ahead and look at this horizontal line from left to right. How many pieces did this horizontal line create for each vertical piece? Okay. Well, each horizontal piece created 2 pieces. Do you see this? 1, 2. So I'm going to go ahead and divide by 2. So now I know. Go ahead, list my multiples just to be sure. 2 divided by 2, that's 1. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So I know that 2 over 6 is equal to 1 over 3rd. And I can also show that by looking at this area model again and ignore that horizontal line. And if I have 1, 2, just 3 pieces, only 1 is shaded in. So we just proved that 2 over 6 is equal to 1/3 or is equivalent to 1/3. I want you guys to go ahead and try B, C, and D on your own. Go ahead and ignore these question marks. I'm not sure why they're there. Don't worry about them. And then as part of some challenge questions, go ahead and try 2E and 2F on your own. And they ask what happened to the size of the fraction unit when you composed the fraction. So as you move doing division, what happens to the size of the fractions? Do they get bigger? Do they get smaller? Do they stay the same? Okay. And then F, what happens to the total number of units in the whole when you compose the fraction? So same thing. Does the total number get bigger? Does it get smaller? Or does it stay the same? Okay. Great job working hard. Super proud of all of y'all. And please feel free to email me, join office hours, or have your parent dojo me if you have any questions. Have a great day, Math Stars.